Hey, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Canada, joined by 10 friends. I have been on a high all day looking forward to this interview. So thank you so much for taking the time. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Thanks, Shannon. That's nice.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I also want to start off by thanking you for teaching me how to French tuck. That has been life-changing in my wardrobe and style and everything. So
Oh, that makes me so happy. Thanks so much. It's such an easy trick.
yeah, so easy. It changes everything.
Yeah,
So
it
good.
makes your legs look nice and long.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so we are celebrating Small Business Month. Your story is incredible. The fact that you have had so many jobs also is just so impressive. But was entrepreneurialism something that came naturally to you?
Yes, so my dad was an entrepreneur, my brother's an entrepreneur, my granddad was. So it was, I don't know if here's the thing, I don't know if it comes naturally to anybody. My family didn't teach me how to be an entrepreneur. I was just surrounded by them. And so I don't know if my path would have taken me anywhere other than being an entrepreneur. However, I don't know if anyone can prepare you for just how much hard work being an entrepreneur is for a small business. And I know we're celebrating small business in Canada, and that's important for me to do so. I need them to understand, all of you to understand. I was a small business owner. Believe me, I know how hard it is. However, there are ways to make it slightly easier for yourself.
How so? Do you want to expand?
I would love to expand. Well, first thing, I'm gonna make a couple of points that I really want to touch on. First things first. Be passionate about the thing that you want to do. Don't just start a business because you think I'm not very good as an employee or I hate bosses. There were some of my reasons, but they weren't my only reasons. I didn't take orders very well. I didn't usually love my bosses, but I was actually really passionate about my business and the product that I wanted to put out there. I wanted to make women feel beautiful. And so I created clothing that I thought they might think is beautiful. But then it comes down to the financials. Really make sure that you are investing in your own business in a smart way. I'm working with American Express for American Express Canada for this campaign, and I couldn't be more excited about it. It's their business gold rewards card, which for every penny you spend, virtually every penny you spend, you are earning rewards. That wasn't available to me when I was a business owner. I started my businesses 12 years ago, which makes me sound really old, but I started my businesses a long time ago. And things like you can pay your card off in 55 days, or you're not charged 55 days interest. Whereas back in the day when I had a credit card, that wasn't the case. It was 20, 30 days maximum, and then I better pay it back. And so those kind of components really make a difference for a business owner. So think about how you're spending your money, what kind of service you're using. If you haven't checked out the business gold rewards card, check it out. I want business owners to understand that we have so many great options available to us these days, and we need to focus on how we finance our businesses. It's not just save up your money and hope that you can make it work, or pay myself a fortune and think that that's going to maintain a sustainable business. You are not creating a business to pay yourself a fortune. No business owner becomes a millionaire overnight.
Right. Yeah, that's so important to remember. And it's those little things too that really make a difference. And I think something else that makes a difference too is having confidence too, right?
Yeah.
And confidence in the product that you're putting out. And I feel like imposter syndrome kind of goes in with that as well. That's something that a lot of people deal with. Was that something that you ever dealt with? And if so, how did you overcome that?
I still deal with that today.
Yeah.
I think that it's something you just don't get away from when you are doing something that isn't the run of the mill. If you're not somebody, actually, even if you are an employee at a major corporation, I'm sure that those people still feel imposter syndrome. I think that I don't agree with the fake it till you make it. I think that creates a really weird mental space. But I think that so many of us don't think that we're worthy of the space that we hold. That couldn't be further from the case. And the way I deal with mine is by reminding myself constantly what I bring to my job. And my job is very different now. I'm no longer just a business owner. I am an entertainer first and foremost. But I remind myself so regularly, even though those trolls try and knock you down, I remind myself, no, this is why I'm worthy of this job. This is why I have this job. These are the things that I bring to it. And I think that's how you bolster your own confidence, is remind yourself. This is going to sound so cheesy and very American, US American. The positive affirmations. I'm very British. When I used to hear that, I'd roll my eyes so greatly. But now I'm like, no, that makes a difference. It reminds you of why you're worthy of what you have.
Yeah, totally. I'm a big person. I'm like very into manifestation. So I think that goes hand in hand as well, where it's like you got to
Yeah,
put it out there in order to get it back, right?
yeah, exactly. And if you don't believe in what you can achieve, who else is gonna?
Yeah, definitely. Also, congratulations on your new line that's coming out. Was him genderless. I love that. I love that it's outerwear. What inspired the line?
Well, so I'm a small business owner again. Strangely enough, I didn't think I was going to be for a very, very, very long time, or if ever. I was so sick of not finding the coats I wanted to wear, and so I get pitched every month at least a company who says, "Do you want to create a line with us?" The answer is usually no. Whereas this one, it just felt like the right time. I didn't want to spend $3,000 on a coat that had a bit of detail. I wanted to be able to create a brand for people that was a little more accessible and that still felt really cool and chic. And I'd like to believe that's what we did.
Yeah, you nailed it. Totally.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Awesome.
I love
Is
it.
there a fashion mistake that you've made in the past where you've looked back and you're like, oh, why did I love that? Or why did I think I could pull that off or anything like that?
Yes, many. On my 21st birthday, I wore. I don't know if you guys had this in Canada. We had it in England, and it was in the US. Von Dutch. It was a
Yeah,
brand.
yeah.
Okay.
Like big in the
I,
2000s. Yeah.
yeah. So for my 21st first birthday, which was 2001, I went head to toe in Von Dutch, and it was probably the most hideous, heinous outfit you'll ever see. I don't know why I thought it was cool to dress like Paris Hilton.
Yeah. But at least you tried, right?
I tried.
Are
I
there
failed.
photos
So
on the internet? Like, can we track this down? Because I would
you
love.
can't. There
No.
are no photos. No, thankfully. So I was raised religious, and we didn't take photos, and so thank gosh you can't find photos. Yeah, thank gosh.
Is there anything that you see in fashion right now that's maybe trendy that you think that we're gonna look back on and be like, oh, why did we wear that?
Yeah, bootcut
Yeah.
jeans again, flannel
Which,
jeans again.
oh yeah.
Boot cut. I we made those mistakes. You are clearly very much younger than me, but when so I'm 38, and when I was 18, 17, 18, bootcut jeans were a thing, and even then I thought, I know we're going to regret this, and we did for about 15 years, and then they came back, and I watched the kids doing it, and I just think, believe me, I know you're going to regret this in
Yeah.
2 years.
And if anybody should believe, it's you. Yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What about the other way? Do you think that there's something that people are wearing right now that you're like, oh, this is going to be timeless, classic?
Yeah, it's funny. I saw an article recently on a really, really big fashion publication site saying suits are back. I just thought suits didn't go anywhere.
Right.
But yeah, maybe the cool kids weren't wearing them for 5 minutes. They were wearing streetwear, but the suits will always be a thing. And so I hope that people continue to embrace suits as everyday wear, not just for a red carpet.
Yeah, totally. I love that so much. Since we're iHeartRadio and we're focused on music, and I'm such a huge Swiftie, I want to ask you, is there a moment from Taylor Swift's music video where you need to come down that like stands out in your mind, or a story from being on set or anything?
Okay, so full disclosure, I was not on set with Taylor. I was the only one who wasn't. So I was shooting the finale of a show that same day. So all my castmates went and shot. She was very sweet. She FaceTimed into my shoot the next day, and her whole team was there to make sure that it all went smoothly. In my opinion, this is so lame to say, Shannon, but in my opinion, my bit is the best bit. I'm so glad I wasn't there for the shoot because I got solo moment. And even I heard Taylor did an interview about the video, and she said, "I've got to say, I think the most iconic moment is Tam Francis' moment." And I was like, "Yes, I knew it." So the fact that she loved that moment made me so proud.
Oh, that's so nice. And so nice that she FaceTimed in too to like make sure you're good. And
No,
yeah.
I know. And to thank me for being. It was so sweet, so sweet.
Yeah, totally. Speaking of fashion, and Halloween is this weekend. Are you dressing up? Are you the type to dress up?
I dressed up. So I did it last year for the first time ever. So I'm being British. We don't really celebrate Halloween. We know what it is, but we don't really partake. And so I did last year for the first time. Do you know? Well, you guys will know the show. It's a Canadian show, Schitt's Creek. I dressed up as Moira. It was when she dressed to marry her son and his partner.
Oh, so like the Roman Catholic? thing?
Yes. So
Wow.
I did a makeshift one. It was on the day, and I was like, oh, I should do something for it because I had nothing else to do that day. So I made my costume really quickly. So it was the best I could come up with whatever I had in the house. And I think it was kind of cool. It's on my Instagram. Anyway, this year I haven't planned anything. On Halloween, we usually put up our Christmas tree. That's been our tradition for 10 years now. And so I'm going to focus on that instead of my Halloween look. I'm not a Halloween person.
Yeah, wow, that's early to do it, but yeah, you do
It
you.
makes me happy. If it brings you joy, do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, congratulations on becoming a father.
Thank you so much.
How's that been going?
I was going to say, I'm sure you can hear him crying in the other room. He is going really, really well. He's 3.5 months old, and it's, oh my gosh, it's magical. But I've never been more exhausted in my entire life. I have so many jobs, and then also trying to take care of a newborn is really hard. Really
Yeah,
hard. But
I can imagine.
I'm
Yeah,
obsessed with him.
you're killing it, I'm sure. So congrats. That's awesome. Okay, I also know that you're a really big fan of the Queen, so I just want to know your opinion on this. With
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart playing the role of Princess Diana, what are your thoughts on that?
I was shocked at the casting choice for her. However, I mean, I've liked her. I've liked many of her movies. I think she's great. She just seemed like a strange fit for Princess Diana. Like, I loved her in Panic Room. I loved Twilight. I know I'm older than most, but I loved it. And then when I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, she kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
She's doing a really good job. So I'm looking forward to seeing the whole movie. But the trailer, if the trailer's anything to go by, the movie should be very, very good because she was so good in that trailer.
Yeah,
Wait,
I thought the exact same thing. I was like, Kristen Stewart, really? And then once the reviews started coming out too, and people were saying that there was like, yeah, everyone was going crazy for it. So now I'm excited to see it. But yeah, definitely had my doubts in the beginning. So
yeah,
I love the royal family. So I was like, you can't disrespect the royal family. Like, you can't get this wrong.
Yeah, and then we saw, obviously, I don't know if you watched The Crown, but we saw Emma Corrin do
I nailed it.
incredible. She was incredible. And I thought, this is really unfair to then pit Kristen against her. However, I think she's done a really good job.
Yeah, I think so too. Totally. Awesome. 10, you are a delight. Thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate it. Thank you.